Welcome back again to another special episode of the Chasing Tone podcast. This is another tone tips segment. And today I am going to run through several of our pedals and just use them in some unconventional ways that you might not have thought to use them. So what I mean by that is I have a Catapult that I'm going to use as a fuzz. I also have a Pinnacle I'm going to use as more of a bluesy type of thing. The triple rec I have set up as a fuzz. And then I have the clarksdale overdrive that's just kind of set up as an overdrive. So I'm playing through a Fender. I'm sorry, this is not a Fender. This is a whitfill stratocaster. And this is my blonde one. It's more of a, I think this is kind of patterned more after early 60s-ish, I believe. And it's, if you've seen it on YouTube, it's the one that's all relict and one of my favorite strats. Single coils in it. Playing through a Mesa boogie. What is this? It's a Mesa boogie lonestar. So my clean tone on the bridge. This is on the bridge clean tone to the Mesa boogie. Sounds like this. Over to the neck. Sounds like this. And I just discovered I had my tone down on my bridge, so I'm going to hit my bridge one more time for you. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I'm going to hit the Pinnacle. This is the Pinnacle standard, but it will work on the Pinnacle Deluxe as well. And I have my volumes just set just a hair past unity, so it's just a touch louder. It's in the vintage mode. The boost toggle is off. The tone control is at about just a hair past noon. The contour is at about 9 o'clock. It looks like the gain's at about 11 o'clock. If you're not familiar with it, so normally this type of pedal is like, it's kind of like the Brown sound, sort of the Eddie Van Halen type of tone that I was going for whenever I created it. But it's, it's got lots of switches and knobs on it that you can really just totally change it into something else. So the way I have it set up right now, I'm on my neck and turning the Pinnacle on. Let me turn this down just a hair. So riding the volume knob on my guitar a little bit. So let me go to the bridge position here. So normally on the bridge, just of course, with this guitar, with a Strat style guitar, single coils, it's a little brighter on the bridge, obviously, a little quackier, people like to say. So I would generally roll that tone down just a hair. Maybe, let's try 11 o'clock. And that's, that's for my basic classic rock tone, right? Let's see what it sounds like with a Les Paul. Okay, so I have my Les Paul here, and I'm on my bridge. I've got the Pinnacle set up the exact same. I did put the tone control back to just past noon, so about 12:30-ish. Let's kick it over to the neck pickup. So that's the Les Paul there on the Pinnacle. So let me switch, and I guess I really just wanted to show you the Les Paul through the Pinnacle with those same settings, just to kind of give you an idea of how drastically the guitar will change the sound, especially with that pedal. It's very reactive to different types of guitars. So let me get the Strat back in here. The first thing I want to show you with this is using the triple rec as a fuzz. I'm going to turn both controls on, the boost and the pedal on, of course. I have the boost contour all the way to the right, so all the way clockwise. Treble's about 3, mids are about 3. We're going to roll the bass way down to about 8 o'clock. And then, volume to taste. And then right now the gain is about 10 o'clock, so it's not very high. But you'll notice, and I also have it in the brutal setting, which just gives a little more highs. Yeah, so one thing about this pedal, about the boost section, that boost contour, what it's actually doing is the signal is hitting a transistor. It's saturating that transistor and giving it, when you take it to the left, it's kind of creating sort of a top boost sort of thing. So it's going to boost highs, which makes more crunchy gain. And then as you turn the dial the other way, clockwise, it starts filtering more bass frequencies. It starts giving more bass, filtering a little bit of highs. So that turns it into a fuzz. So right now, I'll start with my bridge. Now, let me put it on the neck and do the same thing. Now I can add a lot more gain to it. I don't have that much gain on it. So you notice a little bit of background hum there. And you'll also notice that I didn't move my phone far enough away from it, so it's picking up some interference from my phone. So I'm on the bridge now. That's a whole lot of gain. Really don't need that much gain just to get a fuzz out of it. So let's move on. Since we're doing fuzz, let's move on to the Pinnacle, the Catapult. Okay, so right now I'm fairly low gain. I'm going to turn the gain up all the way. We'll tweak it as we go here because I forget exactly where I had this set last time I tested it. So we have a ton of gain going here on the bridge. I'm on the neck now, and bass is at about 2 o'clock, mids are about 2 o'clock, highs are about 2 o'clock, gain is all the way up, and once again, just got a ton of gain going on. So that's the Catapult. Definitely not the best fuzz, but a different flavor of fuzz. Me personally, I like fuzz pedals, but I get really tired of like everything's like a variation of like a tone bender or a fuzz face or a big muff. And so I just want something different from the fuzz. That's what I'm hoping to bring you with this. So with the Catapult, you get a whole different flavor of fuzz with an active EQ. And with the triple rec, once again, you got the EQ. It could be a distortion as well. I mean, it does a great distorted tone. But you can use it as a fuzz too, if that's your thing. So let's move on to the Clarksdale. Once again, this is like a TS type of circuit. I got the bass and mid straight up, treble at about 1 o'clock, gain at about 11 looks like, and I'm on the neck pickup on the Strat. So the reason I have it set like this is because with the bass and the mids straight up, that's your basic stock 808 type of circuit, okay? And my switches on the smooth mode as well. So, from there, I can tweak it and get totally different sounds. Let me hit the bass up, move the mids down a little bit. And I backed off the treble as well, just a little bit to about 1 o'clock. Moving over to the bridge pickup on the Clarksdale, same settings. So a cool thing I like to use the Clarksdale for, you can use it to take a single coil, and this is, just by design, the bridge pickup in a lot of Strats, especially a lot of older Strats, fairly thin sounding. So, but I can change the frequencies a bit and sort of mimic like a humbucker sound. So let's try that. So I have the volume up, pretty much to taste. So just a smidge louder. It's about 1:30 or 2 o'clock. Bass is at 3 o'clock. Mids are almost 3, probably a little closer to 2. Treble's at 9 o'clock. And the gain is about 9 o'clock. So without the Clarksdale on, here's my bridge sound. Kicking on the pedal on the Clarksdale. That's just a cool trick if you want a different sort of sound on your bridge pickup. I bet you love your Strat like I do. That's a cool trick you can do. You can also mimic an EQ to sort of do the same thing a little bit. But I like how with the Clarksdale you can add just a touch of grind, just a hint of overdrive and get that sort of sound. So that's a cool thing to use and a cool trick in your arsenal, cool trick in your bag. Okay, so that's just a couple things I want to show you with our pedals that you can use them in unconventional ways to get tones that you probably didn't think you could get. So this has been another Tone Tips section. If you guys like these, make sure you shoot me an email because really your communication with me is kind of like, it's what drives me. So if I don't hear anything from you guys, I sort of assume you don't like it and you don't want anything like this anymore. So really shoot an email to podcast@wamplerpedals.com if you like it. It really would mean a lot to me. Even if you hate it, just let me know because I do this for you guys. I enjoy doing it. But my whole goal is to really bring you guys content that you love and that you find useful. So shoot me a comment. I really appreciate it. And again, hopefully, I think maybe Blake will be back next week and we'll do another regular segment of the Chasing Tone podcast. I'm hoping, and just trying to align schedules here. This past week or two has been crazy for the both of us. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you, or actually we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.